the University of Nebraska.
And I'm Mark Hendricks, System Administrator at CIT at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
The phone rings at 2 a.m. It's the police. A window is broken in your office, and the police think some things have been stolen. The insurance company wants a list of everything that is missing. Where do you even begin? Do you have a record of all the electronic devices in your office? Do you have a list of the software that you own? Do you realize how many items carry confidential information about your business? Well, to the rescue is the Security Squad. We're here to provide you with accurate information on how to keep your office equipment and information safe. So let's get started on the first section of your security plan, the inventory. And just what do we mean by inventory? Well, let's ask Mark. He's a wealth of knowledge from his work with small businesses and setting up office networks. Mark, when you think of small businesses and all the equipment that they use, what do you think businesses should consider in including in their inventory list?
Well, in today's environment, there are so many devices and pieces of equipment that store information. Small business owners need to keep track of these items, including everything. Computers, portable devices, point-of-sale devices, network equipment, all kinds of electronics. A lot of these items are mobile, and if lost, they can put your confidential information at risk.
Oh, Mark, that's a lot of information to collect. Where do we even begin?
Well, here's a small sample of an inventory list. It's the first document included in your security plan. As you can see, each piece of equipment has been identified by a number, so a business knows where everything's at. Let's start with the computers. Write down the model, the date it was purchased, the serial number, the location, the primary user, and the MAC address. You'll need this information for insurance claims, and it's handy to have along when making warranty calls or so you're calling tech support. All this information's at your fingertips. This would also be a good place to list the service contracts that you've purchased. In terms of software, I would suggest you also list your software as part of this inventory. You need to write down the software associated with each computer, its serial number or key code, and any other information that's required to operate the software. A lot of software today is actually downloaded, so that information needs to be stored as well.
Wow, this looks like it could take a really long time to complete. Is it really that important to do?
It's very important to have this information recorded, especially if a disaster occurs. Theft, lightning, water damage, or a fire could cause you to lose all your equipment and all the data that goes with it. You can use this inventory list for insurance claims and determining replacement costs for each piece of equipment.
Because of these risks, you should keep an updated copy of the inventory as well as the security plan in a secured off-site location. But let's back up. Mark, you talked about copy machines. Why do we have to monitor our copy machines?
Well, many copy machines have a hard drive where they store files and copies of the documents you scan. So say you make a copy of an employee's Social Security card and he's applying for a job, that information is stored on the copier's hard drive. If a service tech has to replace that hard drive, that confidential information could be walking out the door.
This is a great way to handle the list of inventory. Mark, I know there is software available to help keep an accurate inventory. Is there anything that you recommend?
Well, the business owner really needs to determine what will work best for their business. They may want to use a simple spreadsheet like the one in the security plan, or they may want to purchase inventory management software. For example, we've pulled up a website showcasing inventory solutions online. There are many other available. Do what works for you. Just make sure you do it. And make sure that you store a copy off-site in a safety deposit box at a bank or on an online data backup service. Those are a couple examples that might work for you. But make sure you store your inventory at 3 secure locations.
Okay. Mark, earlier you mentioned that much of this equipment is mobile. How can we better identify our equipment? Should we label it, and will sticky notes work?
Afraid not, Connie. Each piece of equipment needs to be permanently identified. maybe with an etching tool like a Dremel tool, or in a way that it can't be removed. As equipment is identified, recorded on the inventory list. The serial number is also there, and that helps when you cross-list them. Make sure you record equipment as it's replaced or as new purchases are added.
I can see that this list needs to be updated on a fairly regular basis. Every 6 months might be too long depending upon the business. And again, the business owner needs to determine that. The important factor is that it is kept updated, not wait for 5 years. Mark, any last words of wisdom for the business owners?
I would just make it a business practice to enter equipment and software into the inventory before it goes into use. Otherwise, you'll forget to do it. One thing to remember when replacing any piece of equipment is that the information is stored on the equipment. For example, when getting rid of a computer, at the minimum you should reformat the hard drive, but if you're really concerned, I would remove the hard drive and just destroy it. The hard drive should be wiped out to remove any data, regardless. One recommendation for wiping hard drives is Derek's boot nuke, DBAN, at www.dban.org. Single pass will render all the data on the drive unrecoverable, and the drive can then be recycled or reused.
Okay, good.
Remember, though, that you need to dispose of all your used computer equipment responsibly. Check with your local recycling center for more information. There are fines for improper disposal of computer equipment.
Thanks, Mark. This is really great information for all the small business owners. I really learned a lot today. I may even want to make an inventory of all my equipment at home. Well, thanks for listening. We hope we provided you with the ability to get started on either creating an inventory list or updating your current one. This has been your Security Squad signing off. Remember, don't gamble with your business.
And keep your data safe and secure.